Hey guys, and welcome back to Drive It Out. I am at the 2020 KC International Auto Show, and I am super excited to have this Toyota Supra here behind me. This is a launch edition. Guys, for so many years, people really were like, man, when is Toyota gonna bring the Supra back? They finally did it. They teamed up with BMW to do it, so if you don't already know, this is a BMW powertrain, but let's talk a little bit more about this car and what it's all about. So now they've got a 3-liter BMW V6 under here with 335 horsepower. Now, there's no manual in this option in this car. They took away the manual option in this car, and that is, there's a lot of enthusiasts who are pretty bummed about that. But I think it's still an awesome car. There's still a lot of fun to be had here. So let's talk about it a little more, the styling. So I really dig the headlights. Now, the way they come, and they come here kind of to a point, the way the whole front end comes to a point. You know, sometimes I see it in pictures and I'm like, it's a little bit too much of a nose, but actually when you see it in person, it's subtle enough that I actually really like it. I think it goes with the rest of the styling on the car very well. So this one is very cool. You got the black trim along the bottom, and as you come along the side, you've got the black wheels, and I think those are really cool. You've got Pilot Super Sports on here. It's gonna really make this thing handle well. Red mirrors. This is the launch edition. So they've done the red interior inside, which I also think is a cool contrast, but this really cool setup, the roof line comes back and flows downward, and then you get that spot in the back where the hatch just kind of stops, and it just looks really cool. It looks really nice and compact. So it's a cool little sports car, weighs just over 3,300 pounds. There's a lot of fun to be had in this car. Now, as you come along in the back, it's got these humps over the rear wheels that almost kind of remind me of a Porsche right here. But what it does is it really accentuates the back of this car, and it really gives it that low downward look. And what they've done with the lines here, the way they've worked around the taillights is so unique. I can't think of another car out there that really looks like this one does. And I'm digging the LED taillights and the way that they went ahead and brought the line on down here, and they've made this kind of like a little vent and trim piece here. And then I love how the rear diffuser runs all the way over to here, and it's all about performance and aerodynamics. I love the big exhaust here, and then you got the LED reverse light down here, down low, and what I think is a very cool Supra script right here. So good, decent sized storage in the back, and not huge. Not gonna have, you know, I think the best rear hatch as far as space goes is probably like the C7 Corvette, and this is kind of reminds me of that, but just smaller, just not quite as much room, but still you could totally throw some bags in here and road trip this car and have a lot of fun with it. Find you some twisty roads along the way, and I think it would be great. Now, come around this side, and again, they've got the black, that trim that kind of is all the way around the bottom of the car, and I like how they've got this line that comes out here, and then kind of it brings the car back here to the wider point and kind of fades again right here in front of the rear wheels, and I really dig it. This is a unique curve that I think that they went ahead and brought it up super high, and when you look at the back of this car, that arch just makes this car so unique and looks so different than anything that's on the road today. So let's go inside and check out the interior. They went ahead and went with the red interior on this car, and you know, I think it's pretty nice. It's a really dark red, but it looks really good with the rest of the trim pieces in the car. So they brought it up here on the door as well, and it kind of blends in with this, it blends next to this gloss black that they've done touches of around here. And I actually think it looks really cool. This is a very driver-focused interior. You got your shift here with the kind of the matte trim and the carbon fiber here on the center console. But you've got this bar right here that kind of keeps your feet right where you want them if you're a driver. And you've got a great view out the windshield, paddles in the right place, nice small steering wheel with kind of the right shape everywhere. You've still got some decent controls here, and I actually really like the rolling controls. the texture of the controls. Sometimes you have a steering wheel where the buttons are so blended in, you have to look down and remember what you're touching each time. And these you could really remember and memorize by touch. And I think that's awesome, because it's all about you being able to keep your eyes forward and on the road. So you've got a nice big screen up here, kind of a panoramic shape up here that still brings the tech level up in this car, and you've got beautiful display in here. But all the while, you do have some good buttons, easy to reach to, grab, good texture on the buttons, so you know you can do more with your hands while you keep your eyes on the road. So very cool. They've got gloss black coming around here, and you can go too far with the gloss black because it just ends up with fingerprints all over it. But they've got just, I think, the right amount in here where it's not too much. And I really like the materials on the dash. You've got this stitched look up here on the dash. I like the way they blended in the air vents with this line, this theme that runs all the way across the dash. And then you've got this Supra, GR Supra Launch Edition, number 622 of 1500. That's a really cool stat, and put it right there on the dash, and it's a really, really cool touch. I really like that. So, but the seats feel really good, and you get down in this car, you know that you're encapsulated down in here, and you're ready to rock and roll, and you're not gonna slide anywhere. Very, very nice. So Toyota's done a great job with this car. I really hope that it continues to get more and more looks, because I think there's a lot to be found in this car that maybe people may be overlooking it. So there was a lot of hype for the old Toyota Supra after they quit selling it, and then it really became an icon after it wasn't being sold new anymore. So if you really are passionate about cars like this from Toyota, we need to buy them new. That's part of how we ensure that they keep making vehicles like this, is you have to buy them new. So don't wait. If you can, if you've got the means and you're into this car, don't wait until you're going to buy it secondhand 5-10 years down the road, and you'd hate for them to not be making it anymore. We obviously don't know that, but part of keeping these cars around, these iconic vehicles for enthusiasts, is buying them new. That's what keeps manufacturers making them. So this is an excellent one. I really like it. Hopefully someday they bring the manual transmission back to this. I really think people will dig that, but we'll see. So anyway, if you like reviews like this on cars like this, please hit that subscribe button right down here below the video, and come back and see us for some more reviews. Thanks.